Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, the 24th of December, 2024, and the time now is 22 minutes past 1 p.m. in the afternoon. My name is the Bull of Lewisham, and I'm a prize fighter, boxer, pugilist. I first heard this saying, the black sheep of the family, when I was growing up, when I was living in West London, when I was probably about maybe 12, 13 years old. I heard this the black sheep of the family. And I think, what the fuck is that? I don't understand that. The black sheep of the family. There's no such a thing. They say this to make people who are talented or who are different from their siblings to feel guilty about their talent, their God-given talent. So they say, you're the black sheep of the family. But there's no such a thing, because if you're talented, if you think in ways that are outside the box, like this is the box. If you think in ways that are outside the box, or you think in ways that are not contrary to the way your brothers and sisters think or your friends think, that don't make you the black sheep of the family. No, don't make you the black sheep. There's no such a thing as the black sheep of the family. They make that up to make people that are talented, original, forward thinkers feel guilty about that. See, they subscribe to the thought that only the upper class and the middle class can be geniuses. That's probably what their thinking is. I don't know, but I'm just making an assumption. That mindset, that philosophy where if you're poor, which we are, we can't have any talent or originality or genius or spark of imagination. Only the middle class and the upper class, because they're what God has blessed them. Their God Jehovah has given them money and property and land and houses and all that. So they're well-to-do. So he's with them. So what I'm saying is, because we're poor, it's like he's not with us. So where do we get this talent from? That's their thinking. If we're poor and out of doors, where are we getting these ideas from? Because we ain't got nothing. That's their thinking. Yeah. So they created this thing now, the black sheep of the family, to back it up. Yeah. To back up that mindset of this. That's how they think. They think if you're poor, this and that, and this and that and that, you can't have no ideas. That you can't have no ideas. They don't think that the middle class people and the upper class people, like 600 years ago, they were poor. They don't think that their relatives going back had poverty, but they don't think, they think they were always rich. They were always rich. No. Have you heard of like the baby boom and things like that? Baby boom and yuppies and economic windfalls and things benefit people. Yeah, make people more well off. Yeah. They don't think that. They just think, oh, the middle class, but they don't understand how it's established. It ain't just like you have to go back. Yeah. Most people today, like not most people, but they've bought their house. You even got like working class people who have bought their house now. And you look at them and think, oh, they're rich, but they're not rich. They're just fortunate. But you say, oh, they're middle class. They're not. You think that they're middle class, isn't that? I mean, because they own the house, which is an asset. Yeah. So that's how they think. They think that only the well-to-do. But like 700 years ago, the well-to-do didn't really exist. It was really rare. 700 years ago, it was a small minority. It was only farmers, landowners. It was landowners that owned the land. Not many people owned land in days. 800 years ago, not many landowners. Most people were poor, like peasants. Like 800 years ago in this country, in England, in Europe, in England, 800 years ago, most people, they weren't landowners. Well, like factory workers and mill workers, yeah, coal mines, different like that, yeah. They weren't really landowners or had property. Very poor. So you understand? So over the 800 years, they're saying, oh, they're middle class, and that. But so there's no black sheep of the family. Yeah. Because you look at like in the mainstream, like with these well-to-do, if you look at their entrepreneurs and their successful people, like their scientists and this and that, their ideas, you think like, oh, it's really good, isn't it? Like, the survival of the fittest in that child. You think, oh, it's really wonderful ideas, but that's not really part of the mainstream. We think like our school of thought, how we think. You say survival of the fittest, and you come up with all these outlandish things and philosophies. It's not really part of the mainstay. You understand? So you don't say, oh, they're the black sheep of the family. You just accept it and say, oh, he's a genius or he's a scientist. You understand? That's just the way the world is. That's the way the way they are. They only accept what they want to accept and see you in another way. That's how they are. Yeah. In a Brexit, in a Brexit. I think in a Brexit. That's how they want to play. In a Brexit, that's how they want. That's how they see. They go by by what they see, not what would they know. Because it's like their God is not telling them what to know, telling them what they see. They're going by the visual, not by the knowledge. So if they sat down with me for like 3 hours in our yard, 3 hours, we had a coffee and biscuits, and they asked me, what I think about the world and this and that. They'll be surprised. They'll be like, right, man. Or any ideas that I can think of, like how many ideas can I produce in a minute? Original ideas in a minute, 1 minute, 60 seconds. How many could I do compared to them? They'll be surprised. Yeah, they'll be like, right, lot. I mean, so they're only by what they see, not by what they know. And if they know, then they just must be dissing it and say, no, it's this and that. It's not this and that. I don't know. I mean, because there's this thing of like flattery. Some people, when they see something that's really lovely or beautiful, they can't handle it. When it's really beautiful, they think like, they're so beautiful. They don't have the emotion to accept that energy. They can't deal with it. Yeah, if this is something beautiful or wonderful, they can't deal with that energy. They can't deal with what they see now. Especially if it's beautiful, they don't know how to deal with it. They can't relate to that thing. They can't relate to it now. If it's beautiful, they can't relate to what's beauty. Seriously, yeah. So there's no black sheep of the family. They say that to make people that are talented think negative about themselves.